Hey, so today I will be doing my first movie review, and this will be on The New Color Purple. It's a film adaptation based on the original novel, The Color Purple, by Alice Walker. But first, before we get into the breakdown, I would be remiss if I didn't show y'all what I thought about the first time that I realized that it was David Allegretti in the opening of the film. Baby, this is the first thing I thought about. First, wanted to address where I feel like The New Color Purple received the most criticism is that people didn't know it was a musical or that they were bothered by it being a musical. But I saw it on Broadway, so maybe that kind of prepared me for all of the singing. But if I were to give a percentage, I would say it was only about 15% singing or a musical and about 85% drama. So I feel like it was more than enough drama to keep the film as close to the original as possible. I personally feel like the lineup of actors or stars were genius. I honestly feel like everyone nailed their part, but I want to focus on Taraji P. Henson because, baby, she brought Suge Avery to life from the movement, from just the essence of who Suge Avery was. I just thought she was a sexy, um, really good portrayal of Suge Avery. I thought she really brought her A game. And to me, she was a little nicer in this adaptation versus the original. So now to talk about, to compare the original to the musical, that I noticed is that in the original film, they didn't really disclose much of a relationship between Celie and her mother. However, in the newer adaptation, not only did they disclose that she did have a relationship with her mother, that she did spend time with her mother, but her mother was also able to teach her a gift that made her a very successful businesswoman in the form of sewing. Also, the newer film did disclose that Suge and Celie shared intimacy. Like they were definitely intimate with one another, but I don't feel like they added a lot to their story. To me, they actually kind of pulled back from their story and they showed more of Suge's life, like outside of, being in that town. They showed her being successful in Memphis in a big house and a big mansion. And that was, I like the touch of that. I think it brought light into such a dark film because you can get depressed watching that movie after a while. So I thought that was a nice touch. I feel like that also gave space for them to tell more of Celie's story, to show how much it's almost like how much more can this baby take, okay? Because she was abused by her perceived father, and then she married a man that's just like her father, which to me speaks to trauma, generational trauma, and how that can affect her present life. So I thought the new movie did a really good job of capturing that. I definitely feel like the newer adaptation was consistent with showing how much of an evil-hearted man that Mr. was to Celie. However, I do feel like they tried to humanize him in the end because, of course, on the original film, he went to immigration and he brought her sister home. But on the newer film, it showed that he went a little more beyond that. And he even tried to ask to be reunited with Celie, and she wasn't having that. Also, I feel like this newer film showed more of how karma looks. Like, you literally did everything to make this woman's life a miserable hell, and his life became a miserable hell. So I do really feel like they did a wonderful job of showing what karma looks like. Another thing that the newer film was consistent with is to show that although Celie had children from her perceived father at the time, she still loved and desired her children. I do wish that one line that they kept in the original, I wish they had kept it in the newer adaptation, is that line where Sophia is confronting Celie for telling Hoppo to beat her. And Celie says, this life soon be over. Heaven lasts always. Because it spoke to her mindset and why she felt like she had to endure all that she did, because she realized that one day she'll be in heaven and she don't have to deal with this. That is until Mr. tried her. I did notice that they kept the storm in the original film. They kept it in the newer adaptation. The storm where Sugar Avery is coming to town because, baby, a storm was brewing. And I meant to look it up, like what the storm meant, but my perception of what that storm meant is things were about to change. Things were about to change into Celie's life. So Celie was used to being docile and, just being run over and just not really having a backbone, but understandably so. It is understandable why. But baby, when Suge Avery comes on the scene, she teaches Celie self-love, but she also she helps her find her voice, in essence. One scene that did make me emotional was when Sophia had finally come home for good from serving jail time, and she thanked Celie for just always being kind to her, always being nice to her, and then just really talking about the beauty of friendship. Lastly, I'm about to wrap this up, but these are just a few things that I wish the newer adaptation held true to. And these are a couple of lines in the movie. Tweek says to Sophia, "You ain't nothing but a big old heifer." I just like when she said that, y'all. The other thing, which was disappointing when Celie reunites with her children, is that I was waiting for her son to say, "Mama, Mama Modi." I just really want him to say that, y'all. This is the last scene that I wish they had kept in there. And that is the scene where Suge Avery is singing "God is Trying to Tell You Something." Because in the newer film, it was definitely giving Sister Mary Clarence walking in on Rita Louise Watson at the piano. That's what I got from it. Yeah, I didn't like that at all. I felt like it took away from the reconciliation, from all of the guilt and stuff that Suge Avery felt from not following God in the way that her father thought she should follow God. I think that really took away from the reconciliation. But overall, I went to go see the movie twice. I would go see it again. I loved the new adaptation. And again, I could be biased because I did see it on Broadway. So the singing didn't bother me. But do me a favor. Check it out for yourself. And then let me know if you do. If you like this review, if you decided to go see the movie based on this review, let me know. All right. Oh, and before you leave, one more thing. Thanks for watching.